Greetings and welcome back to the Skunks. There are so many things coming to light right now, and it seems Guyanese are finally wising up to the level of corruption that is plaguing our society, especially the corruption within the Guyana police force. However, we must not take our eyes off what is happening with our oil. A few weeks ago, the Vice President of Rystad Energy came to Guyana to make a presentation on how Guyana stands to benefit from oil production and the rate of our growth in the industry. At the end of his presentation, Christopher Ram, Dennis Trabral, Stabrook News, and others interrogated the skunt out of me man and left him bazadi. Peep the intro quick and let me tell ya about this session.
Hey, something ever surprise you like when you see it, you go, what?
Before we get started, if you're new here, don't be shy. Hit that subscribe button and join this community of close to 200,000 strong. This is where truth and facts about issues of Guyanese interest live. Now, let me get to the sauce. On August 4th, Shriner Parker, the Vice President of Rystad Energy. Yo, I need to point this out. Is it just me? Or this man looks exactly like Zach Galifianakis from Hangover? Anyways, he made a presentation on Guyana's upstream industry and country benchmarking and projected that Guyana will be one of the top 5 oil producers in the world with an estimated production output of 1.7 million barrels per day, outpacing countries like USA, Qatar, and Norway. The report also opined that Guyana is projected to receive $157 billion by 2030. These are all optimistic figures and good news, except that Rystad had some difficulties explaining the methodology used to come up with these numbers. And after the presentation, Parker's audience was vicious, to say the least.
Sir, and you are completely out of the mainstream for anybody. And don't tell me it has to do with time value of money.
Parker did a poor job in clearly explaining some aspects of the study. But after listening to the entire session with an open mind, I came to the conclusion that most of the calculations seem plausible, except that the numbers were based off of a best-case scenario and did not take into account some potential issues that could significantly alter the trajectory of production. One of the key concerns of his audience was whether he was acting on behalf of the government of Guyana, which was one of my concerns also, but he responded in the negative. Christopher Ram was one of my favorite interrogators in this question and answer segment. Every time Ram got up to ask a question, me by turned pink. This was his color at the beginning of the session, and this was his color when Ram got up to ask a question. Anyone with sense could tell that Ram, Glenlal, and the other so-called oil-minded Guyanese that were present only went there to try and discredit anything that they could about the report because they want Guyanese to keep believing that oil is bad for Guyana. I will reiterate my position that oil is not bad for Guyana. If we allow the government to thief we oil money, that is bad for Guyana. Anyways, here are 3 key facts I took away from the presentation. 1. Guyana will be a major supplier of oil on the world market when demand peaks because of the low emissions intensity and our low break-even cost for production per barrel. The corresponding gas, once we bring it to shore, will transform our energy supply infrastructure and bring the cost of electricity down for all Guyanese, rich and poor. And 3. Once we set up institutions to effectively manage our oil sector, these institutions will outlive governments and reduce the risk of us ending up like Venezuela. One such institution is the Natural Resource Fund, which has parliamentary oversight. I have concerns of how the oil money will be getting to the regular schmegular Guyanese, but unfortunately, the report did not cover that. I call on Guyanese to be vigilant and stay informed with these matters. Do your own research so you will be equipped to challenge anyone who brings misinformation to you. I will continue to keep an eye on the oily developments, and when anything no authority pops up like this, I will keep you people informed. Yo, my name is Mudwata. Boom out!
Hold up.